Hello and welcome to the world of pride. And we are your hosts, the ones and only, the Love Family. Well, I'm your host, the Kippy Love. But basically this morning, it's my day off. Yes, my day off. And over here drinking some coffee. I ran out of creamer and flavoring, so I'm drinking it straight, and it's good. Chill out. I don't care what's going on outside. Crazy dog, get up here. Come on, get up here with Daddy. But anyway, we're going to do a little snack early breakfast move. Must be snoring over there or something. A breakfast snack. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of, a breakfast snack. These are still left over from over here. Come here, down. Come on, down. Down. No, down. Come here, down. Come here, down. Over here. Get up here. This side. There you go. See? Now you got a whole side to yourself. She was wanting to climb over everybody and get over here. Yeah. Oh, she's so sweet. She's so special. This is our old fart. This is our old fart of a girl. Are you trying to play now? It's like, what in the world? I know you're going to get some in just a second. You just relax. Sit. Right here. And you behave. All right. I got two of them. Two of them trying to take over the same spot. And then the boy over here, he's like, scratching his head. All right. You can get over here now. Come on. She's up here now. She's up. Come on. Get up here. Come on. Oh. Are you choking over here? Or are you choking? Who's choking? Crazy people. All right, let me start the video. Calm down. And like I was going to say, this is leftover from Christmas. I bought these before Christmas, and we just never opened them up and snacked on them yet. So I got me a plastic bag to put them in when I'm done. But one of them is Scottish baker since 1895. Patterson's, traditional with a twist. They're delicious shortbread fingers. Now they look like this. I made a video a while back, around Christmas time, showing all the chocolates and then all this stuff already. But I wanted to recap and do an actual taste test. And they feel like there's about 10 of them in there. And then we have some cheese. This one is a cheddar cheese. It's so small writing, it's hard to read it. Pasteurized processed cheese, but it's cheddar cheese right there. And then we have this kind of cheese, and this is a jalapeno cheese. I always wondered why they call it jalapeno when it's a J. It should be jalapeno, not jalapeno or hello and jello, like jello, J, should be jello, not hello, But then I've got some Nutella, and this was so cute because I found these all at the Dollar Tree, and this was a small can, a little tight. Look at that, it just barely fits in my hand. I could put the whole jar in my mouth if I wanted to, or his mouth. But it's Nutella. I think I paid $1.25 for that. And then we have this stuff here. And this is a strawberry vanilla jam. And like I said, I can't read the other part of it, but that's what it looks like right there. Strawberry vanilla jam. That's pretty cool. Well, let's go ahead and open up the crackers first. So we'll open up our crackers here first. Let's see if there's a story on the back that I can actually read. let's see, in 1895, John and Elizabeth, founded their bakery in the Royal Borough of Rutherglen, where they sold their shortening bread from a horse-drawn van. Now, using over 120 years of baking experience, we've created a shortbread for the 21st century, which is now our nation's favorite. We love to hear from you, blah, 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 blah. You can write to them and tell them if you like it and everything. And maybe they'll put you, on the list to get free shortening for the bread for the rest of your life. But we're going to take out a piece and, well, let's smell it back first. It's not very powerful smell, but it is a low smell of shortening bread. I mean, if you didn't smell it, if you like, you wouldn't be able to smell it. You have to basically take small breaths, like that kind of thing, to get it. Let's try it by itself just to see what it tastes like. All right, here's a bite for me. Bite for you. Bite for you. A bite for you. Oh, you be quiet. It is, at first, like I said, when I first smelled it, I was like, I couldn't smell hardly anything. It was very, very light and very, very faint smell. And then, like I said, when I did that kind of thing, then I could smell the shortening. And it wasn't very powerful, like I said, but you could still tell it was shortening bread. And then when I started first tasting it, I was like, wait a minute, there's not very much there, But then as the flavor continued to grow in my mouth, get your paw off my table. Thank you. The more I chewed it, and the more my taste buds got a hold of it, it went from hardly any flavor to, wow, I can really taste the flavors now. And it's like, I understand why they call it shortening bread, because it's basically like shortening, like Crisco shortening or some kind of shortening like that. And they mix that in with the bread or something like that. And it's at first, it's like, if you're not used to shortening, it kind of tastes like, oh my God, goodness gracious, look, there's so much shortening in it. It's just overpowering with shortening. But if you're not a shortening bread lover like I am, like I said, at first it was like, ooh, wow, this is not much there, there's not much smell, there's not much taste. But then the more I savored it, the more I breathed it in, and I let my taste buds take over and all this other stuff, I started to really kick in on the, or tone in on the flavor of the shortening bread. And it it's like a flavor of shortening mixed in with the flour or whatever they use in the bread, and it kind of they interweave or interwove it together, and it's really, 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 really good shortening bread. I would definitely tell you, if you have a chance to order this. I mean, you can go online. I'll even give you the address on here, or I can even show you the address. If you get a chance to pause the video. Let me get this out of the way so you can see it there. If you get a chance to pause the video and you can read this, or you can see it real good. Let me see, will it stay in focus? No, I don't really see it that much. I guess my camera kind of sucks as far as focusing and everything, but I'll read it to you. Let's see if I can see it without, messing it up. Patterson Aaron, ARRAN Ltd. The Patterson's Bakery in Livingston, and then it's got EH545DN, and then it's Scotland, and that's where it's at. Or you can go to Patterson Aaron, ARRAN.com, and you can talk to them, leave them a message or something or whatever. But man, this is some delicious shortening bread fingers from Patterson's, and with $18.95, that's over what, 100 years old. I mean, just imagine in 2095 they'll be 200 years old company. That's a long ass time, for a shortening bread company to be around. And now let's move on to the next spot. Oh, my cookie broke, or my finger broke. My finger broke. Yeah, my finger broke. But we're gonna still use it. All right, now let's get into let me see. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Okay, never mind. We'll just do it the easy way. I'm gonna take the hot cheese over the cheddar cheese because I love hot cheese. Let me see if I can open this without, destroying it too much. I think they have a seal way on here, but of course my eyesight is so. Oh, there it is. Yep. There it is. I gotta pull it apart slowly. See, it's got a little split in it right here, so you can see where it's kind of a split piece right here. And I'm gonna try to pull it apart if I can. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to cut into it. Oh, well, like I said, otherwise I'm gonna have to cut into it. All right. Let's do this carefully so I don't slice my finger open or cut my hand. Okay. Now is it gonna open up? Okay, there we go. Now I gotta cut it, open it up carefully. I'm gonna try to leave it in the package like this. I'm gonna try to leave it in the package. All right, you can see it's got some the jalapenos or some kind of spice. It's got green and red coloring in it. And we're just gonna break these pieces as small as we can because we're gonna try to. No, you just wait. I'm gonna put the small pieces with the cheese on it, but I'm gonna taste the cheese first, without the cracker. All right, here's a small piece right there. We're just gonna sample it. It does have just a right amount of spice. It's not too hot. It's not hot. But it's just enough heat to where you know it's there. It's like, I mean, I would have to rate it from, like, let's say a real jalapeno, like a full bite of a jalapeno being a 10. This would probably be maybe about a 1 to, depending on your taste level, probably 3. 1, 2, or 3. But I'd say maybe 2 is the hot for me. It's not as hot as like a real jalapeno, but I'm going to just take a small piece out, about this big, about that big. I'll put it on my cracker here. I'll put it on the shortening bread cracker. Just big enough to cover the cracker. Mm. Mm. I had some heat in it. I'm not gonna lie to you. In my throat, when I swallowed a piece of shortening bread with the jalapeno cheese on it, it's like my throat is actually more hot than my mouth was. It's not saying it's not hot in my mouth. It's like I said, probably about a 1 to 2 for me. But throat went to like a 3. Because I guess it's not used to having as much hotness than my mouth is. At first I thought the sweetness, the sweet shortening or whatever they put in, or maybe they got sugar in there or something like that. At first I thought, that's gonna drown out the flavor of the jalapeno. It's gonna kill the cheese flavor. But like I said before, as I started chewing and enjoying the taste of it and letting the flavors mix together and stuff like that, I could actually, it was like it kind of reminded me of like cornbread. You got that cornbread with a little bit of sweetness in it, and then the spice or the heat from the jalapenos were coming out, and it was like a hot bread. It was like a jalapeno cornbread. It tasted almost like that, but it was sweet, and you could tell it was shortening. We have to keep that. No, you guys are not getting that piece, because that one is hot. We're gonna put this in the bag with the other. With the by itself. Now we're gonna try the cheddar cheese, and of course you're gonna get a bite of it. You just wait. I gotta hold it like this, and cut it so that way I don't, use too much force or something to try to cut it open. I gotta make sure I cut it open now so we can get it open the right way. Okay, there we go. Now let's rip the top open. Hold on, you'll get a bite. You just wait. So impatient. I want one now. We got a commercial down here. Well, they used to have a commercial. It was a Monday Lender or something, I think, and the people would yell out the window or out the door or whatever, and they say, "I want my money, and I want my money now, or I want it now." So that's what they're doing. They're sort of like, "I want my money, but I want it now." All right, hold on. Let me get a drink of coffee so I can clear my palate. Okay, now I'm going to try the cheddar. Just a little bite like that. Ooh. I definitely right away, I could taste the cheddar. As soon as it hit my mouth and my tongue and I started chewing it up, it was like, ooh, cheddar right there. I knew that was cheddar. I knew that was cheddar right away. But the only problem was I noticed with this cheese compared to the other cheese was like kind of smooth and creamy. I mean, it wasn't wet creamy, but it was kind of like, you know, when you bite into a piece of cheese and it's like, and it's nice and it's not too sticky, but it's just enough stickiness to keep it together. And it's kind of almost like a candy bar when after you start chewing it a while and it goes, and it's real smooth and creamy and stuff like that. I mean, it's kind of really good flavor and everything. But this here, when I first started chewing it, it was like it started falling apart in my mouth. I don't know if maybe it was I cut too small a piece, or if this is just a drier style cheese of cheddar. I think maybe the real cheddar, I think I've seen some cheeses where cheddar does, you know, flake and fall apart. So it might be a drier cheese. That might be what it is. But we're going to take another cut right here, get a big enough piece, and we're going to put it on this other small cracker over here. And we're going to try this one and see what it tastes like. Yum yum. Mm. Um, Again, the sweetness of the shortening bread finger was like overpowering at first, and then as the cheese and the shortening bread mixed together and stuff like that, I could taste the cheddar cheese, and it made it taste like a cheese biscuit, almost like a cheddar cheese biscuit. It kind of blended more together with it wasn't like the jalapeno one where you could like definitely tell there was a spice right here and the shortening bread over here. So it was like they were together, but they still had some spice and the shortening bread, you know, so you could tell which one was which. But with the cheddar one, it was like it was all mixed together, sort of like a cheddar cheese biscuit, where it was all combined together into one. So it was like you were like kind of like, is it cheddar or is it shortening? Is it cheddar? Is it shortening? Is it cheddar? Is it shortening? You know, because it was right there, so close to each other. It wasn't standing out. It was so close to each other that it was just like somebody actually mixed shortening bread and cheddar cheese all together into, you know, where it was all one piece instead of mixed a little bit, but you still could get the heat and the shortening bread. I mean, it was like it was like you couldn't really tell that much of it was shortening or cheddar, where as you could with the other. But anyway, let's move on to the next flavors. Put this one in the bag with our jalapeno. No, wait. I promised I was going to cut you guys a piece. All right, let me cut a piece. Oh, wait a minute. I got to cut a big piece for you. Okay. Here's one for you. One for Gally. Okay. Let me get one for Precious. Come here, girl. You get a bite. And then a medium size or whatever, because you're a bigger dog. There we go. And a piece for you. There you go. Yeah. All right, now we can put this in with the other cheese. Right there. Ha ha ha. And then we'll seal them up in a minute with the crackers. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to, we want to enjoy the sweetness of the strawberry and vanilla jam. So we're going to do that one first. Then we'll do this one, because this one's going to like just totally take over your mouth. So we're going to, and you can always, and if you always have to push on the top of containers. If you don't hear a ding, 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 a snap, you know, like a boing, boing, boing type thing, I'll show you what I'm talking about later. But okay, I opened it up. Now if I close it back up, oh, well, not much of one on there. Well, I don't know if it's been opened or not, but we're gonna, oh my goodness, you can smell this, the strawberry and the vanilla. Oh my goodness, that smells good. Let me try a little bit without the cracker. And of course, you know, you don't want to spread germs on the, you don't want to spread germs into the jelly, so you never lick the knife. Or your spoon. You never put your spoon in jelly, or back in the jelly after you've had it in your mouth, because it'll ruin the, it'll put bacteria into your food. Man, that is like a weird flavor. It's good, but it's a weird flavor. It's like you got this like a very, very good sweetness. Like it's like having a fine dining establishment, and you got a glass of fine wine, like a strawberry wine. The like. Fine wine. It tastes so good. It's like real sweet. It's real delicious. I mean, it doesn't. It tastes like almost better than Smuckers. You know, it's like all fruit. If you've ever had all fruit, it's just like it tastes like a top of the line strawberry. It's like fresh strawberry just right off the field. You know, with no sugar, no nothing, and it's like real. It tastes natural. It tastes like a real natural strawberry, and it's just the right amount of sweetness. It's not too sweet. It's not sour. Nothing. It's just like right in the middle. Perfect flavor. It's sweet. You know, it's delicious. And then it's like while you're sampling this excellent, you know, superb, you know, glass of wine, you have this nice, good, delicious, creamy, milky, you know, and I got my finger up there, yeah. You know, it's got this great vanilla, this chocolate vanilla type thing. Like it doesn't taste like the vanilla bean I'm talking about. It doesn't taste like a vanilla bean. It tastes like a fine piece of vanilla chocolate or something like that. It's not that chocolate. It's got the vanilla chocolate, you know, because I've had vanilla chocolate and I've had cheap vanilla chocolate. You know what I'm saying? And this is like, it's like almost like if you have like sweet chocolate and then you got bitter chocolate. You can tell the big difference between the sweet and the bitter chocolate, and that's the way this vanilla tastes. It's like it's not like a vanilla bean, but it's more like a vanilla, like a chocolate vanilla, like a vanilla chocolate, you know. But it's like the best vanilla I've ever had. You know, maybe not the greatest, but it's one of the top vanilla flavors, like vanilla chocolate flavors that is out there. So it's like this superb strawberry and this delicious, fine white chocolate mixed together. It's like you took a bite out of the vanilla chocolate, and then you took a swig of or you slurp, or a sip, a sip of fine wine with strawberries, fresh strawberries in it, and that's what this actually tastes like. I mean, it's good. And since this is I already know what Nutella tastes like, but this is like superior to Nutella, and I'm gonna put it on the bigger cracker. I'm gonna put some on the bigger cracker, and this is like mine right here. I ain't sharing this with nobody, buddy. Oh well, it's fine enough that it falls on my table. I'm gonna get it anyway because it's better than. I mean, it could fall on the floor, and I'd still eat it. I'd be licking that shit up off the floor. That's how good this stuff is. Oh, and I got a little bit on my finger. Oh, so cute. That reminds me of what was that movie? Men in Tights, where the girl's like, have the bird on her finger and she's singing to it and everything, and the other girl comes over and is like, oh, you got the little bird doo-doo on your finger. I wouldn't call this stuff doo-doo. But yeah, I'm going to try it with a cracker. And I'm going to try it on my finger. I got strawberry vanilla on the finger and my finger. mm. 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 Amazing. Mm. 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 Wow. Mm. Mm. Oh man, this is so good. I hate to say it, but it deserves. Um, if you ever watch the old cartoons, the Hannah Banna or whatever it was, the ones with uh, what was that boy's name? He was a horse, and he had a pet dog or a buddy dog, and his name was Straw McGraw or something like that. But his dog, I can't remember the dog's name, but his dog was like every time his dog would help him out and stuff like that, he'd always give him a dog bone. And whenever he got that dog bone, oh man, it was like the best stuff in the whole world. And he would just like hug himself, and sometimes he'd get so in love with that bone, he'd enjoy it so much that he would like float up and then fall to the ground and land on his back or something like that. It was so cute. But I mean, that's how this actually tastes. I mean, this is like better than the cheeses on there. I mean, oh my goodness gracious. Ah, delicious. But it was like the vanilla flavor was like, it was like a 3-ring circus. You had the shortening bread in this ring, and then you had the vanilla in this ring. Then you had the strawberry over in this ring. And you can imagine that this is the horse, the shortening bread was the horse, riding around in the ring and everything, and then the girl, the vanilla, not saying vanilla and chocolate. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying she is vanilla chocolate. So she's a little bit of mixed of both worlds. So don't even go there. But the vanilla girl gets on top of the chalk, on top of the horse, and they're doing their little tricks and stuff like that. And they're really putting on a performance, and it's just so delicious and yummy, you know. And then in the background, you see the strawberry, and this would be like the monkey or the bird or something that would be on her shoulder as she's riding through, doing all their tricks and everything, and he would be up there, you know, riding and having fun and all that stuff. And it wasn't the main star of it. You know, he wasn't the main star of the program, but he was there to, like, you know, for the little kiddies, you know, to be like, oh, look, mommy, a monkey on her shoulder, a monkey. Are you paying attention to her doing all these tricks? Who cares about the tricks? I like the monkey, you know, or I like the bird, you know. And that's the way it tasted when I put it in my mouth. It was sort of like the strawberry was not really the show stopper. You know, it was the vanilla and the, you know, I forgot what it's called, shortening bread. You know, they were the stars because they blended together. It was like a vanilla shortening bread. It was good. It was good. It was delicious, you know. And then as you're chewing, it was back here was like where the strawberry was. It was still there, but it wasn't really as powerful flavor. It wasn't a match. It wasn't a mixed match made in heaven with the vanilla and the shortening bread. It was sort of like, you know, it was like right back here, you know. It was like it was there, but it wasn't like right here all mixed up with it. I mean, it was just like the jalapeno. You had the cheese and the shortening bread right here, and then you had the hot, spicy of the thing. It just didn't blend in. It's like that kind of spice, that kind of sweetness of the strawberry that just couldn't blend in because it was so sweet and it was so delicious and it was so, you know, it was such a bite of strawberry that you just couldn't mix it in with those flavors of the vanilla and the shortening bread. Let's get on to the next one here. The last one, the Nutella. Let's see, open her up, and oh, there, I heard the crack. Oh, there's the stuff. I wish that would have been on the strawberry because anybody could have opened it up just to look in there and see what it was, and then it would have been no good by the time I opened it up. Let's see, can I open this up? They don't have a little lip on it. It's the only thing I hate on some of these bottles. They don't put a little lip on the top part up here where you can't grab it. So let me make sure. Okay, that's I got it. Now I gotta pop it off here. Oh, gotta be careful. I want to get the aluminum inside of the chocolate or the Nutella. So I gotta do it carefully. And I don't like the cover. I don't like the cover, the aluminum on the cover either. So I'm going to try to take all the aluminum off if I can. I won't get all of it off, but I'm going to try to get most of it off because, you know, there's nothing worse than aluminum on the... I think Mommy's up. She must be over there watching TV or something, the news or something like that. She knows I'm up trying to get all of the aluminum off it that I can, you know, because I mean, I'm just picky like that. I'm just picky like that. I gotta have the aluminum off. Well, unless I really get into it with a knife, you know, a small knife or something like that, and peel it all off. It's not gonna completely come off, but I don't want to lose that either. I don't want none of that to fall on the floor. You know, because if dogs get a hold of it, it could get in their system or something like that, you know, and plug something up, and then they'll be. It's you can smell the hazelnut in there, the nut. That's why it's called Nutella because it's Nutella, and Nutella. That's it. But you can smell the Nutella in there. You can really smell the Nutella. Let me see, I wipe this off on my finger here. If I I want to mix the flavors together. Yeah, you can taste the strawberry and that. Let me get a taste of my coffee. Oh, I'm so sorry for those people that only like 5-second videos or 10-second videos. It's gonna be like an hour video by the time I get through. But I mean, I'm just trying to like make an extravagant, real flavor taste test. I mean, I've done taste test videos in the past. It's like, oh yeah, and I'm over and done with it. But I want to really get into enjoying it and bringing out the actual enjoyment factor of these, so you guys can like just basically taste it and feel it on your side of the lens over there. Well, now we're gonna taste a little tiny bit of it. We're gonna taste a little bit of it. There's the chocolate, right? Ooh, it's hanging down. It's hanging down. Let me get a little lick of it right there. And we're going to try it and see what it tastes like. Yeah. Oh, you just wait. You just chill. He come right over here like, peanut butter, peanut butter. I can smell it. No, it's not peanut butter. It's chocolate. You can't have this. It's chocolate. That's kind of you can really taste the, it's kind of like halfway between chocolate and not Nutella. That it's chocolate and I just said what it was, and I can't remember what it is. Hazelnut. Yeah, you can really taste the difference between the hazelnut and the chocolate. I mean, it's sort of like if you were to take equal parts chocolate and hazelnut, and you were both and grind up the hazelnut and do it just the right amount of roasting and grinding up and everything, that you have that oil. The oil of the hazelnut comes out and mixes with the regular hazelnut, and it turns into like a real smooth paste. And then you were not supposed to, but you were to mix that with the chocolate and everything and blend it in really, really good and cream it together so much that there's not one little ounce of hazelnut, one little ounce of chocolate that's not mixed together. It's like an actual hazelnut chocolate. You know, that's why they call it Nutella, because it's like the nut and Tella, which I guess might mean chocolate over there. I don't know. You know, I don't know where Ella comes from. You know, what it means. You know, I might have to look it up one day and see. But I mean, it's just like you can actually, if you sit there and concentrate on it, and concentrate on it, and concentrate on it, and think about it, and taste it and everything, you couldn't tell where the hazelnut and the chocolate start. It's just like it feels just like there's always been a chocolate out there that was made from hazelnut. You know, it's weird. But let's get our last cracker here. And we're going to take a little bit of the hazelnut. I mean, the Nutella. I want to get a big enough portion that's going to go over the top of the cracker here. So let's put it right here on top. Let's see if I can scrape the rest of it off on this side. Yep, okay, that's good enough, I guess. But there it is. I didn't cover it completely, but just big enough to where I'm gonna get. It's gonna probably be too much anyway. You know, too much for the shortening bread. Well, either I didn't put enough hazelnut in the, I didn't put enough Nutella on the cracker. I mean, on the finger, the shortening bread finger, or maybe it was just the right amount and the hazelnut blended in so well with the shortening bread that I really couldn't taste the short. I mean, the I couldn't really taste the hazelnut in there. I mean, I could. It was like what do you call it? It was like if it'd be like it was like licking your lips and tasting chocolate on there, but there's none in your mouth. It was sort of like the chocolate was on the outside of the hazelnut, but you couldn't. I mean, on top of the shortening bread, but you couldn't really. It wasn't the shortening bread kind of stuck out more than the Nutella. I mean, I was getting that behind the flavor. I was getting the, like this would be like the very center of it, like the shortening bread and the hazelnut together. It was more like here was the shortening bread right here. And but it was like as you went away from it, you could feel the essence. It was like an explosion of the shortening bread started exploding. It was like you could taste the hazelnut. I mean, you could taste the shortening bread real strong there. But as you started coming away, it was like you were still getting the essence of the shortening bread, but it was starting to go into outer space, and the outer space started to take over a little bit, and you weren't tasting. It wasn't like the hazelnut was not that powerful. I mean, it was like you knew the chocolate was there because it was like the creaminess of the chocolate was was in your mouth and in the back of your throat and stuff like that. And it was almost like sliding down a chocolate hill. I mean, you weren't actually, you weren't actually like your body wasn't actually touching the chocolate as you were sliding down the hill, but you could feel the essence of the chocolate on the outside of your clothes. Like you could feel like when you were bumping down the hill, you could feel the bumps, as you were bumping down the hill and stuff like that. And but it wasn't like, oh shit, that was a bump right there. I could feel the bump. I could taste the bump, that kind of thing. It was more like, it was like on the outside of your clothes, and you could feel, you knew you were hitting bumps and stuff like that. But it wasn't like, wham, I could feel that bump on my butt. It was like a slow, it was an outer bump. And that's kind of the way the Nutella was. I mean, like I said, I might not have gotten a lot, enough of a Nutella that would mix real good with it. So maybe I'll have to try it again later. But I mean, it was like sliding down the chocolate hill, but you couldn't taste it or whatever. I mean, it was just a little essence. It was like the breath of air. You could smell it, like, in the background, you could smell it. You could tell you were in, there was just enough taste of the Nutella that I could, it was like, oh, there it is. Oh, I can breathe it in, and I'm getting that kind of flavor, but it wasn't like, oh wow, that's a lot of Nutella right there. That's like, what I'm saying, that kind of thing. But I mean, it was, but of course, it probably might be because that strawberry and vanilla chocolate that I tasted in the other one, maybe it's still there, and it's still, got my tongue all tingly and whatever, and maybe it's still there and it's killed the Nutella, because or maybe it was my psychological thinking that I was going to do the strawberry first because I didn't want to overpower, and then the strawberry overpowered the other one. I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to go and take me a nap probably because I'm getting a little sleepy. I've been up since 3 and it's already, 5, almost 6 now. But yeah, what do you call it? What do they call those things? My rating, my final thought on all this. Like I said, we're gonna start at the beginning of the course. The actual shortening bread itself, like I said, oh man, I would buy this again, but in bigger batches. This would be like one of my favorite cookies to eat on a regular basis. But if you get a chance to find them, the Patterson's delicious shortening bread fingers, if you get a chance to find them, get some. They're good. Then the jalapeno cheese, and like I said, I don't know what the brand is because it's so small. The cheddar cheese was good. I mean, it was good. I mean, it wasn't like it was you could tell it was a good cheddar cheese, but cheddar cheese, unless if it's like a whip, like a spread or something, is not really my favorite. I like cheddar when it comes to like, cheddar crackers and Doritos cheddar and stuff like that, or popcorn cheddar. I like that kind of cheddar, because it's like the flavor is like sticks better and some of that. But when it's real cheddar and it like falling apart in your mouth, I really don't like the flaky, fall apart, powdery type cheddar. I like creamy cheddar. So I'd have to say the shortening bread was really good. The jalapeno was good. I mean, it may not have been the best cheese flavor, creaminess, texture, whatever, because it was pasteurized. Maybe if it wasn't pasteurized and it was real, or maybe it was authentic, cheese from home, back home and stuff like that, maybe it would taste better. But it was, it had good spice to it, good kick to it and everything. And then, of course, I would have to say the strawberry vanilla jam was excellent. It was delicious. It was fine dining type style. The Nutella, I've had the Nutella many times before and stuff like that. It's more of an attention grabber. It's more of an attention grabber. It's like, I like Nutella. I love the flavor of the hazelnut in the butter. Or in the peanut butter, the chocolate, whatever the Ella is. It is good and everything. It goes good with peanut butter. It goes good with cream cheese. You name it. It goes good, but it's more of an attention grabber. You have to, it takes over the toast. It takes over the bun. It takes over the English muffin. Whatever you put it on, it takes over. It doesn't, unless you put just the right amount on there, maybe it'll mix. But like I said, I probably didn't put enough on this shortening bread, and it just didn't have that excellent, mix of flavor together, and it actually could tell it was Nutella on top of the whatever. But yeah, I think I would definitely say that if I was to eat the shortening bread and I wanted a topper, I would have to say definitely the strawberry vanilla jam and the shortening fingers. Yeah, definitely shortening bread fingers. But anyway, that's our video. And like I said, I'm sorry for the long hour video, but I just wanted to make sure that, I tried to give the best flavor experience as I could, to you and stuff like that. So if you're still around at the end of the video, throw me a comment and say, dang, dude, that was 1 hour. That was one long-ass hour, but it was well worth it because the flavors were superb. But anyway, that's our video. Y'all have a possum day and a perfect tomorrow. We'll catch y'all at Scratching Post where we can meow about. See, if I took the catnip, and I put it in like a coffee grinder, like a fine coffee grinder, and I ground it and 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 ground. Oh, sorry. And I ground it up really, 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 really fine, like it was even finer than dust in the wind, and then I mixed it with just enough moisture to where it was extra creamy. I think it would be like, that would be excellent, it'd be like, I could put that on the shortening bread cracker, and it would be almost like frosting, and well, if I put that much on it to where I could actually taste it, I'd probably be overdosing. But anyway, bye. See you later.